Back in 2017, around a month after I enrolled into my new secondary school, it was announced that us Form 1 students could begin signing up to be prefects and replace the ancient relics of the past, which were our seniors. So, me and my friends did, and immediately on the first day of our 7-month probation period, I kid you not, I got promoted. Ha! Suck it, bitches! Now, how the hierarchy works is that each senior prefect is in charge of one sector, along with an assistant, which is most likely a probation prefect. For instance, the building sector. So on day 1, I immediately got assigned as the assistant of the guy in charge of the building sector. Let's call him Mushroom Head. And bruh, this guy was lazy as frick. One time, the secretary asked for his weekly report. I gave his report book to her, only to realize he hadn't done it. So Mushroom Head had to retrieve his book, bullshit a 1-page report in 6 minutes, and hand it in before the head prefect noticed. Now, the most interesting task given to us during probation was to get a list of 40 teacher signatures in a week by identifying the correct teacher for each name. It was supposed to help us get to know them better. However, the head prefect didn't allow us to do this while we were on duty, which was like the only free time we had that didn't clash with any of our classes that day. So, by day 4, we were pretty much hunting our teachers like rabid animals all day. But since I was the assistant to the building sector, and with my job requiring me to do rounds around the hallways, I could technically look for teachers while doing my job, which was kinda illegal, but I mean, no one knew, so... I recall our science teacher giving us a quiz on vernier calipers before we could get a signature, which was kinda crazy. But by day 7, I was the only one who completed the entire list. Okay, there was this other guy who did complete it, but I mean, he got fired 2 months later, so... Now, our school conducts assemblies on a daily basis, where everyone had to be in the school hall. And I spent most of my probation period being the assistant to the senior in charge of the assembly sector. Okay, officially I was the assistant, but let's be fair, I did like almost everything those few months. Like, you'd have to ensure that the entire assembly runs smoothly, and with 600 13 to 14-year-olds in a confined space, I'm pretty sure a zookeeper had it easier than me. Regardless, everyone was pretty pleased with how I was working my ass off, and with all the work I've put in, everyone said I was pretty much the top candidate for next year's head prefect. So when the time came, they began training my good friend. Apparently, I was going to be trained as the assistant head prefect while handling the assembly and another sector, because we were lacking in manpower or something. Now, I don't know how I pulled through, but I did all of that and got first place in my finals. So by the end of the semester, I was pretty much burned out and freaking dead. So I promised myself that I'd kick back and be as lazy as possible the following year. But 2 weeks before the semester ends, I get elected as the new head prefect, which was wild. Now, I don't know if the whole thing was a test for me, but nevertheless, I got the dream post with zero motivation left in me to work hard. So, I was pretty much screwed next year.